This is a special place where basically about 85% of it is still wilderness, and it's so close to civilization it's hard to believe. Welcome aboard the Horseshoe Crab and welcome to Barnstable Harbor and Sandy Neck. If we talk about Cape Cod and the islands, most people are aware that the Cape and the islands were formed by a glacier. It's important to realize that Sandy Neck itself was not formed by a glacier. What happened is that northeast wind blew against the cliffs, a huge towering scarps full of sand, the glacial sand, up in Plymouth, and they moved the sand slowly because it was from the northeast to move the sand down the coast in this area, and that's basically what formed Sandy Neck. As we get closer and closer to what is considered the Great Marsh, what is called the Great Marsh, even though most people, the colonists, the settlers, were here back, like when the Pilgrims arrived in 1620, unfortunately for about 100 years, they could think of nothing but filling in the marshes. Now, in the last 20, 25 years, they realize that 70% of the seafood we eat, when we go to fish market, is actually spends its entire life, or most of its life, in the marsh itself. And they begin to appreciate how important the marsh is. What is right in front of the cottage is an osprey nest pole. The osprey have 2 young on it each year. They come back, they're migratory, and with those 2 young, they're very protective. The male is usually in charge of security, and the female is in charge of the nest. This is called Cottage Colony. Some people call it the village at Sandy Neck Point. All these houses you see on Sandy Neck Village or the Cottage Colony are privately owned. They were gunning shacks, market gunning shacks or fishing shacks. Some of them were floated over by barge. As you can see, as we approach the lighthouse, you can see the metal straps are holding those bricks all around it. They were put on in 1880. The keeper's house was built in 1880, but the first lighthouse was built in 1826. This is the end of Sandy Neck, and you can see all the boaters, all the people on beach chairs. This is underwater at high tide. It obviously gets deeper, but it looks like they're standing on the bottom here, but it drops up pretty quickly. Are they walking or are they floating? Ah, they're floating. Okay, that would make more sense to me. It's just hard to imagine what it was like in the 1800s around here with all the boating activity. I mean, we're talking clipper ships and schooners, back and forth, making this one of the busiest harbors around.